All right, here is something that I think was requested to do a video on. I can't remember, but nonetheless, I'm showing it off anyways. This is my green Hoover Bagless twin chamber system, which is basically a elite director upright. I think I've had this now for about 5, maybe 6 years now. I can't remember either, but nonetheless, I definitely for certain remember getting it from the thrift store for $10. And the only thing that came with it other than the hose is the wand and crevice tool. I can do this with one hand, but yep. But it doesn't have any other accessories. In fact, this holder right here is broken, as you can see. Other than that, it works. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't even done a squat to this yet. In fact, I can even tell you that, if I'm going to be honest with you, the previous owners of this machine actually took pretty decent care of it, because as you can see, this filter is very, very clean. And the inside of the filter is pretty clean as well. I can try to do this with one hand. But yeah, I definitely have a ton of respect for those that take excellent care of their stuff. And I'm very happy that I at least don't have to do much work to this machine. So anyways, so being a director system, this is pretty interesting because you have to pick up the dirt off the floor where it goes through the fan, pushes it through the dirt chamber, into the dirt bin, through the filters, and through here and out through the filter. According to this, it says it out cleans all the Bagless brands, but I can definitely think of a number of Bagless machines back in the day that would have put this machine to shame, no doubt about it. Extra long life HEPA filter, which if you wash it after you're done using it, it probably does. But despite this filter and that, these are still nicknamed dirty air for a reason, because these are not very healthy machines to use, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's also one of the reasons why I prefer using bypass machines, and the reason why they're called clean air, because they in fact make the air a lot cleaner with them. Anyways, that being said, I've been after one of these for quite a while. I think this was a childhood machine of mine. I'm not exactly sure, but one of my neighbors, I remember, had a box of this, but no vacuum inside. I'm not even sure if it was either them or maybe my neighbor's mother that had one of these, but without a doubt, I did remember that box. And speaking of which, my neighbor's mother that I used to vacuum for, one of her vacuums was a green 12 amp Phantom Fury, and that's what this machine reminds me of because of the green dustbin and such. It just really reminds me of that machine. So that's another reason why I wanted one of these for quite some time. At least probably one of the only few machines that this could out clean would be that Phantom, without a doubt. Hopefully one of these days I would also like to find a blue version, because that one was also a childhood machine of mine. One of my other neighbors, they have a beach house in Southern California. When I went down there for my only time, this was actually one of the two machines they had at their newer beach house, but that one was a much older machine, and it got replaced by a another one, which was a red Hoover Breathe Easy, if memory serves correctly. But anyways, yeah, that one replaced that blue Hoover, and I never did get a chance to use that one, but I did, however, use their red Breathe Easy. So hopefully one of these days I'll be able to find that, but if not, I just thought I'd go ahead and throw that out for history. Anyways, overall, like all other elites, cleaning wise, these are decent, but because of the bagless design, I am convinced that these are not as powerful. I would probably say they're more of a downgrade, just because with having the this filter, it probably does not even breathe as well as the bags, and I wouldn't even be surprised if that was proven to be tested as well by a collector or someone. But nonetheless, they are decent machines for what they are. Like all other elites, despite that I'm not that too crazy into Maytag, because this is in fact a Maytag built machine, and also I would arguably and say that this was one of the worst designs that they've come out with. But again, I still have much more respect for these over the newer junk that they sell today, just because I appreciate that these are much more solid and the fact that they are still serviceable. So anyways, that being said, I'll go ahead and show it off here. Here's all the info that you can see here. And then underneath, this is the brush roll. This does have a worn belt, so it's not going to be making the best demonstration, especially on this rug. But it is, however, going to lift the pile up. So it's actually better off if I just show it underneath. But anyways, that's it. So again, decent machine, but not my favorite Hoover. All right, go ahead and plug this in. And turn it on. At least you'll be able to see the bagless action. So let's go ahead and flip her on. hard to do with one hand, so give me one sec. Alright, I humbly apologize, so show must go on. Alright, hope you've enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.